Have you been feeling more bloated lately, or noticed changes in how often you go to the bathroom? Maybe it's just a little tightness in your lower abdomen that you think is due to menopause or aging. You're not alone, but these small changes could actually be an early warning sign of ovarian cancer. Ovarian cancer is one of the deadliest cancers for women, especially after age 60. According to the American Cancer Society, the average age at diagnosis is 63, and more than 70% of ovarian cancers are diagnosed in women 55 and older. What makes it especially dangerous is that only about 20% of cases are caught in the early stages, when treatment is most effective. Once it spreads beyond the ovaries, the 5-year survival rate can drop from more than 90% to less than 30%. What's the challenge? Its symptoms often disguise themselves as common, harmless issues like menopause, digestive issues, or just getting older. That's why many cases go undetected until it's too late. In today's video, we're shedding light on an often overlooked topic. We'll explore 3 early signs of ovarian cancer that most women over 60 mistake for something else. Early detection could make the difference for you or a loved one. Before we dive in, don't forget to subscribe to Golden Aging Health and click the bell icon so you never miss out on life-saving health tips specifically for seniors. Let's start with the first sign, a very common one that most women never think much about. But it could be your body's silent warning. Sign number 1. Persistent bloating. You may wake up one morning and feel just a little uncomfortable in your favorite pants. Nothing has changed. You've eaten normally, stayed active, but your abdomen feels tight, swollen, almost like you've gained a few pounds overnight. At first, it's easy to blame it on indigestion, hormones, or just being older. Many women chalk it up to something they ate or assume it's bloating from menopause. And that's the trap. Menopause can cause bloating. It's true. Fluctuating estrogen levels affect digestion, water retention, and gut sensitivity. But that type of bloating tends to come and go. It's temporary, often linked to food, mood, or hormonal shifts. What makes ovarian cancer-related bloating different is that it becomes persistent, worsens over time, and often comes with other subtle symptoms like loss of appetite, feeling full quickly, or pelvic pressure. Unfortunately, the overlap between menopause symptoms and early cancer signs causes many women and even doctors to miss or dismiss ovarian cancer until it's advanced. According to the Ovarian Cancer Action Group, bloating is the #1 most overlooked symptom, and a 2021 survey found that over 70% of women over 60 believed their abdominal discomfort was related to menopause, not something more serious. This delay in seeking care can have devastating consequences. A while ago, I spoke with Lydia, a 68-year-old retired librarian who adored baking for her grandkids and tending to the flowers outside her kitchen window. One morning, while pulling on a pair of jeans she'd worn for years, she noticed they felt uncomfortably snug. Maybe I had too much salt yesterday, she thought, or maybe it's just menopause again. But it wasn't just one day. Over the next few weeks, Lydia felt constantly bloated, like her stomach was stretched tight no matter what or how little she ate. She skipped meals, convinced it was just part of getting older. Her appetite faded. Her energy dipped. Friends gently teased her about slimming down, but inside, she knew something didn't feel quite right. It wasn't until she felt a strange pressure in her lower belly, like something was pressing outward, that she finally brought it up at her routine checkup. What followed was heartbreaking. Tests revealed Lydia had stage I ovarian cancer. The bloating wasn't digestive or hormonal, it was fluid buildup caused by a growing tumor. Thankfully, because she spoke up in time, her doctors were able to act quickly. She started treatment within weeks, and her prognosis is strong. Lydia's story is a quiet warning. Ovarian cancer doesn't always come roaring in. Sometimes it whispers through a pair of tight jeans, a skipped lunch, or a strange fullness you can't explain. And those whispers? They could mean the difference between early treatment and a late-stage diagnosis. Don't brush it off. If you notice persistent bloating, pelvic pressure, or changes in appetite, talk to your doctor. Even if it feels small, your body might already be sounding the alarm. Noticing unusual bloating that lingers longer than it should? Share your story in the comments. Your experience could help another woman recognize the signs of ovarian cancer before it's too late. And stay with us, the next sign is even trickier to catch, because it hides behind one of the most common postmenopausal complaints. Sign number 2. Frequent or urgent need to urinate. Do you find yourself going to the bathroom more often than usual, especially during the night? Or feeling an urgent need to go, even when your bladder doesn't seem full? It's easy to chalk this up to age-related bladder changes, postmenopausal hormone shifts, or even just drinking more fluids. But what many women don't realize is that increased urinary frequency or urgency can be an early warning sign of ovarian cancer. This symptom occurs when a tumor begins to press against the bladder, reducing its capacity and triggering the need to urinate more often, even when there's little urine to pass. It's not usually painful. It's not dramatic. It just slowly becomes part of your routine until it's not normal anymore. Let me tell you about Helen, a 71-year-old retired piano teacher. She loved spending quiet evenings reading or playing music. But over time, she found herself getting up 2, sometimes 3 times a night to use the bathroom. She figured it was just her age or maybe weak pelvic muscles. It's what happens after 70, right? She told her daughter. But one day, she noticed something strange had to go even when she hadn't had anything to drink in hours. And the urgency was getting worse, not better. At her daughter's insistence, Helen brought it up at her annual exam. Her doctor ran a pelvic exam and ultrasound, which revealed a mass pressing against her bladder. The diagnosis? Stage I ovarian cancer. Thanks to that small but persistent symptom and the decision not to ignore it, Helen was able to begin treatment early. Today, she's back to her quiet evenings, cancer-free. Helen's experience mirrors findings from the Ovarian Cancer Research Alliance, which reports that urinary frequency and urgency are among the most commonly overlooked early symptoms of ovarian cancer, especially in postmenopausal women. In fact, a study published in the Journal of Obstetrics and Gynecology found that up to 34% of women diagnosed with early-stage ovarian cancer reported changes in urination as a primary symptom, but most assumed it was related to aging or menopause. This isn't just about age or hydration. It could be your body raising a quiet alarm. If you're heading to the bathroom more often than usual, or if your urgency feels sudden and unfamiliar, don't brush it off. Speak to your doctor. Ask for a pelvic exam. A few simple tests could give you peace of mind or save your life. These quiet symptoms could be the first warning your body gives you. Don't ignore them. Share this video with the women in your life. They're just one click away from spotting the signs early and getting the care they need before it's too late. The final sign is one that hides in plain sight. Most women mistake it for back pain or posture issues, but it could mean your ovaries are under attack. Sign number 3. That nagging lower back or pelvic pain. Not long ago, I spoke with Barry, a 72-year-old woman from Oregon. Every afternoon, she enjoyed her favorite routine: watering her plants, doing some light stretching, and sitting in her sunroom reading. But over the past few weeks, something was wrong. She had begun to notice a dull ache in her lower back, especially when she sat for long periods of time. At first, she brushed it off. Maybe it's just my old yoga injury coming back, she thought. So she adjusted her chair, added a cushion, and cut back on her walking, assuming it was just normal wear and tear. But the discomfort didn't go away. In fact, it got worse. The pain began to radiate down into her lower abdomen, a pressure she couldn't explain. She tried gentle stretching, heat, and even changing her mattress. Still, the pain persisted. Then one morning, Barry bent down to pick up her watering can and felt a sharp pain that made her stop. That's when she decided to bring it up during her annual physical. Her doctor ordered a pelvic ultrasound just to be safe. What happened next took her completely by surprise. Barry was diagnosed with early-stage ovarian cancer. So, what was really going on in her body? As ovarian tumors begin to grow, they can cause inflammation or pressure on nearby organs, ligaments, and nerves, especially in the pelvis and lower back. This pressure builds up and is often mistaken for muscle pain, sciatica, or arthritis. According to a 2019 report in the journal Gynecologic Oncology, about 25% of women with early-stage ovarian cancer experience persistent lower back or pelvic pain, but most delay seeking help, assuming it's due to orthopedics or hormones. Here's why this symptom can be easy to miss. Asterisk, it doesn't feel sharp or severe, it's dull and constant. Asterisk, it mimics common age-related discomforts like arthritis or back strain. Asterisk, it often improves a little with rest, creating a false sense of relief. But when the pain keeps coming back or gets worse over time, it's worth taking a second look, especially if it's accompanied by bloating, changes in urination, or fatigue. Barry's story is a powerful reminder. Your body doesn't whisper incoherently. That dull ache may not be coming from your spinite, could be coming from somewhere deeper. If you're feeling unexplained pressure or pain in your lower back or pelvis, don't wait. A quick chat with your doctor and a simple scan could clear things up or reveal something while it's still treatable. Sometimes, what seems like just menopause is actually your body asking for your attention. Been dealing with unexplained back or pelvic pain that just won't go away? Drop the word ache in the comments below. Your story might be the nudge someone else needs to recognize the signs before it's too late. Let's take a moment to review the 3 critical ovarian cancer signs that women over 60 often mistake for menopause or aging. 1. Persistent bloating. 2. Frequent or urgent need to urinate. 3. Lower back or pelvic pain that just won't go away. These may seem like everyday discomforts or natural parts of getting older, but in some cases, they could be your body's early warning signs of ovarian cancer. And the truth is, the earlier this cancer is found, the better your chances of recovery. According to the American Cancer Society, over 90% of women diagnosed with ovarian cancer at stage I live at least 10 more years, but that number drops sharply if it's caught late. The good news? Staying ahead of ovarian cancer doesn't require fear or drastic changes, just a little awareness, trust in your instincts, and talking to your doctor when something feels off. If this video helped you recognize a symptom or rethink something you've been ignoring, please give it a like and subscribe to Golden Aging Health. And don't keep this to yourself. Share it with a friend, sister, or loved one. You never know whose life you might help save. Want to stay informed? Check out my playlist, Cancer in the Aging Body, in the description below for more helpful tips on detection, prevention, and staying strong through every stage of aging. Thanks so much for watching. Take care of yourself, and I'll see you in the next video, where we keep learning how to live wiser, healthier, and stronger together.